is, oddly, not about me, at least not directly. Rest assured, I am featured prominently in the pages ahead, but mostly this is a book about my brother, Jeb, who is slated to be the 45th President of our United States. Now, at this point, you are probably asking yourself, when do I get to see some of these renowned paintings you mentioned ever so coyly at the beginning of this chapter? And I cannot blame you. Usually books of this type, profiles of a candidate released in the heat of a presidential campaign, are simply a candidate's handlers' attempts to cast the office runner in a positive light, which means these books are often, shall we say, light on the substanceness. They are also a publisher's attempt to exploit the notoriety of a candidate. In short, such books are self-serving tripe, written in a few days to not only help a candidate, but to make a quick dollar. In my defense, I must point out that this is not a self-serving book. It is a Jeb-serving book. It was, however, written in a few days, and I sincerely hope it makes a great deal of quick dollars. But why else am I writing this book? Shortly after Jeb's last birthday, my father, the 41st President of these United States, George H.W. Bush, wrote me a heartfelt letter imploring me to tout the virtues of my younger brother. And I'm not going to lie, it brought a tear to my eye, and it left me no room to waver. When my father gives me a directive, I follow it. See if it does not pull at your heartstrings as it did mine.
George, help Jeb get elected. Maybe write a book. Your father, George H.W. Bush.
Now, originally I thought of helping Jeb become president by creating a type of coffee table book filled with reproductions of my beautiful full-color paintings. Through these paintings, I would show my brother's fitness for the chief office of our country. The paintings would, through color, texture, and brushstroke, inspire the mind of the beholder to understand everything a prospective voter would need to know about a Jeb Bush administration, its detailed policy proposals, and why I support them. I've been painting for quite some time now, and in fact, I now prefer to communicate through art instead of through writing or words when possible. For example, when dining out, I will point to a picture of the food I wish to order on the menu. If there are no pictures, I will quickly paint a picture of the entree and give that to my waiter. Usually, it's a painting of hot dogs and tater tots, which takes a great deal of skill and patience to paint. Customer service calls to my local cable company are particularly challenging for me, since they take place over the phone. First, I paint a painting that captures a particular issue I need help with, be it an issue with my bill or something having to do with technical support. Then I call them and proceed to describe the painting to the customer service associate in great detail. So far, this has not been a successful communication strategy, as the person on the phone usually asks repeatedly and insistently for me to explain my concern in words as opposed to interpreting my own visual art, and the person quickly hangs up on me when they realize I will only be describing my paintings. But I will not alter this course. I will continue with the strategy until I can watch the DYI channel, which is currently a black screen. Are you reading this, cable helper people? But my father, who thinks art is hogwash, urged me to reconsider the painting idea and write a book of words instead. Here is the impassioned note I received to that effect.
George, write a book using words. Your father, George H.W. Bush.
After receiving that touching message, I had a new course. I resolved to undertake the hard work of writing this book. Nonetheless, I still did the paintings. If you buy the book version of this audiobook, you can see the paintings somewhere in the center of the book. In this audio version, there is a helpful section at the end in which I describe the paintings in great detail, so you can discern their meaning, and thus the themes of the book. My detailed descriptions of every line and color of these intricate paintings comprise roughly 90% of the audiobook. I'm confident you're going to enjoy that. Those with more of a mind to the arts and to the written word can look at the paintings. For those who cannot read, the painting will do the job. If you prefer to hear a painting described, you can listen to an audiobook. If you are blind, I cannot help you. But as to this book, I will lay out my thoughts about Jeb's suitability for the job of Commander-in-Chief. I have known him his whole life, and have seen him tested in ways the nation never will. Being an older brother, I have viciously tortured